Hello, I'm Mark.
And I'm Casey.
And today we're going to talk about Tesla Semi and ramp up and an interesting new video. But first, we're going to roll that title card. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us here at Tesla Life Express. Wanted to talk a little bit about Tesla Semi and what's been going on recently. We've linked to an article down in the notes that talks about a new hiring spree that's happening. Close to 100 positions have been added to, I guess, Giga Nevada Tesla Semi, which of course is right beside Giga Nevada. And the new plant, we've been watching the build over the past number of months. Of course, the steel's all been put in place, the roof coverings, the concrete has been going in. And most recently, we've gotten some concrete, truck loading docks have been going on the outside of the building. And that is moving along as well. What also happened this week is that Dan Priestley of Tesla has released a new 1-minute video. And Casey's going to cue that up. We're going to take a look together.
All right.
Go ahead, Casey.
Awesome news coming out of the Tesla department, of the Tesla Semi department. Let's take a look.
I'm Dan Priestley, and I lead the Semi program here at Tesla. Welcome to the inside of the Semi factory up here on the Gigafactory Nevada campus. We've been spending the last several months constructing this building, mostly with the walls, all of the pillars and columns that you see behind me, laying concrete, putting the roof on, and now it's time to populate the building. This factory is designed with an annual capacity of 50,000 units a year. So over the next several quarters, we're going to be industrializing this factory, installing the equipment, and preparing for high volume production. First units are set to be on the line by the end of this year, and we'll be ramping the factory throughout 2026. The Tesla Semi is designed to be directly swapped in for diesel trucks without having to compromise. This is an instrumental product in helping advance Tesla's mission. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming through the next year, not just here in the factory, but also on the product itself. Over the last few years, our pilot semis have been out in the world, operating in fleets such as Tesla's own internal operations, showcasing electric trucking is ready for scale.
Thank you, Tesla Semi team. They had a lot to talk about at a conference they recently had as well.
That's right. That's right. In Los Angeles, Las Vegas, there was a show.
Yeah.
The ACT show.
ACT show, that's right.
ACT. And this is great, Dan, sharing this information with us. Sounds like they're a little bit off schedule when he said that they expect to have first units on the new equipment by the end of the year. So I think initially we were thinking about end of Q2, maybe Q3. So they might be a quarter or 2 quarters behind in what they initially thought. But of course, you build a brand new factory, you're going to run into some issues here and there, and that's going to cost you some time here and there as well. So, but what was great was to see the video of the inside of the plant, which of course you never get to see that often, and lots of open space. I was impressed with the size of the facility. Even though 50,000 trucks doesn't sound like a lot, we are talking Class 8 trucks here. So everything's on a bigger scale. The trucks are larger. The assembly line is going to be gigantic compared to a car line. And of course, the amount of batteries that go in each vehicle is going to be on a different scale than what Tesla is used to. So this is going to be exciting. He said there's a lot of milestones that are coming this year. Absolutely, there will be. They're going to, as he mentioned, start industrializing the plant as of this quarter and throughout the rest of this year. So that will be building the lines, getting the structure ready for the production lines, which way they're going to flow, what different optimizations they need to make this the most effective and efficient line that they can. And of course, as with Tesla, with everything, they will have to iterate over time. They'll find things that work well, they'll find things that didn't work so well, and they'll have to make solutions and changes based on their findings in the real world. Because, of course, a drawing of a production line doesn't always work out to reality. But certainly they do have a lot of experience to lean on with their other production lines. And I'm sure that the mistakes or the issues that arise will be few and far between, because they have a lot of experience now when it does come to manufacturing. And this is definitely manufacturing. It just might be on a larger scale when it comes to the size of the vehicles that they're putting out.
Oh yes, especially with all the part sharing they're doing. It may be a large Class 8 vehicle, but it uses a heck of a lot of parts from the cars.
Exactly.
He let us in on some stuff that we had only been able to speculate on before. Really phenomenal. Mark, let me know if I missed anything here. Starting with, you mentioned the battery. It's smaller now on the production intent vehicle than it is on the Mark 1s or Mark 0s that we saw running all these tests. He mentioned they almost have 7 million miles, or almost 7 million, or almost 8 million. They were like
almost 8 million.
Yeah, they were just a little bit off. Not enough that he could round it up and say it with a straight face at the conference. They added what they call drop windows. So instead of being like just wing windows that vent out, at least on the driver's side, or what would be the driver's side in your country, it can roll down. So you can just hand your ticket out the window and interact with the gate without having to have a Tesla grabber and at a weird angle, because you might break the glass if you did that. And it's not a drop-in if you have to work the windows differently. And so, as he mentioned, it'd be a drop-in. The efficiency has gone up, and he mentioned one thing that I was impressed with was the power takeoff was something we had discussed. It's like, why do you need a propane generator or a diesel generator on your trailer just because you need electricity on it? Take it from the truck. He said they have 25 kilowatts. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
So that'll be a bonus for those trailers that do require electricity, because the power unit up front has got electricity to spare. So
to spare,
even
with
a
a
lot of
battery.
sense.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see over time. Will they start feeding that back to something that's more intensive, like maybe a reefer unit, a refrigeration unit that requires a feed of electricity?
Yeah, that was his example. Was a reefer. Was that like he said? Yeah, it's a refrigerator. Doesn't use much, right? But when you first draw it down, you finish loading it up, you close it up. Ooh, it needs to get cold quick. And so that's why they have 25 kilowatts steady, just ready to go. He mentioned a lot of stuff, MrSupercharger.com right here. He mentioned a lot of stuff about the Megacharger network. Confirmed that's going to be using MCS. I didn't confirm what version it's going to be using, so don't know if that's MCS 2 or MCS 3. So far, they've been using 2, and I don't know if it's easy enough to just swap the cables out and swap the charge inlets. I hope so, because if everybody else comes out using 3 and they're using 2, it's going to be a mess all over again. But from what I understand, 3 is still not completely done yet, to the point where it's like Wi-Fi. You can, once it gets to a certain point, you can be rather sure that this is going to work, and we just got to update the software. Yeah. So hopefully it reaches that point before they go into production and they can use MCS 3, because that's going to be a mess to deal with. But we learned that, as I speculated with who was complaining, Penske, about the 600 kilowatts. So yes, by default, the Megacharger, they're looking at 2 stalls per unit, or you can do 1 at the 1.2 megawatts. Or, this was new, with the right connectors, you can do 8. Just like it does 8 cars, you can do 8 semis. They won't charge all that fast, but if you don't run at night and you get back in the morning to do your runs, say you're a local beverage supplier or you fill grocery stores, you don't need it to run 24/7. So by the time you get back, all 8 have done, and you've only invested in 1 Megacharger, but 8 handles.
Yeah,
I think that's smart. He also seems to suggest that they're going to have like a way to do level 2. I'm not quite sure how he was it felt to me like they were saying level 2, but it could have been just slow DC charging. But it felt like AC charging because he's like, hey, we do charging. We're experts at charging. We've been doing it forever. But
Yeah.
lots that went on through that. And it was dense. It was only 15 minutes, but they gave us.
And then the video that we just reviewed, another thing that he mentioned was about the existing fleets that are using the semi now over the past 2 years. Like, of course, the first PepsiCo or Frito-Lay was the first to get it. And they recently have invested in more charging at their distribution centers. So they've increased the number of trucks that they have, and they've reinvested in charging infrastructure at those locations because it has been successful at their business. Their white papers are indicating that it is actually meeting their standards and going above them. So that's always good to see. And of course, companies that have accounting departments are looking at this very closely to see where the money is being spent on maintenance, on fuel costs, on operation of that vehicle, and how their drivers like those vehicles. And it's adding up very nicely for Frito-Lay and some of these others like Walmart and Cisco and others that have a test fleet of these trucks, and they're lining up for more. So being able to produce 50,000 vehicles when the factory has been spun up, I don't think they're going to have any problem selling these things. Like, I really think that there are going to be a lot of them hitting the roads immediately as they roll out of the factory door.
Especially with the savings. He let us know about the initial 67 public mega chargers. And then he went on to say that that's not all there is. There's going to be a lot of them that are set up as private mega chargers for the companies that are operating these. I pointed out that before you pointed out about the AC charging, probably is that these companies, if you have a home base, just like with the cars, it's cheaper to charge at home than it is to charge on the road. So you're going to find that same financial formula there as a commercial operator as you did as a passenger car.
Exactly.
And that was good to see as well. And there are some gaps, but remember when the superchargers first came out, there were like 4 of them. There was 2 on the East Coast and 2 on the West Coast.
Yeah.
and so
it's got to start somewhere, doesn't it?
It does. It's just. And he's pointed out that yes, we were correct when pointing out and trying to find the V4s. He didn't specify whether the V4s were V4 natives or mega chargers, but since he is the semi guy, I assume that he was pointing out that the ones that we saw that we called mega chargers were the ones he was talking about.
Exactly.
Ambiguous. It's exciting, and then I'm ready to see this happen. Those mega chargers are going to be out for 2026. Probably not all of them, but we'll see them start to roll out, and they've got experience with it. And since it's using the same equipment, they could use the same facilities, the same expertise, same crews to put them in. All they do, he said, literally, all it is a different plug and different handle and cable, just to make it match up. So this is going to be exciting to watch.
It is. It's going to be exciting, and as mentioned, they are iterating as they move along. And this is for not only the truck but the charging infrastructure and how these vehicles are going to be sold and marketed. So this is end of 2025 and through 2026. There's going to be a lot of movement on this, and partway through 2026, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of companies with their wrapped Class 8 Tesla semis hitting the roads.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if some of them get them on the road before they wrap them. Just like, hey, get the thing making me money.
Yeah, exactly. Get thing saving me money is exactly what they'll want to do.
For sure. Only wrap it to their first maintenance visit. All right, while it's down, you wrap it, you do the maintenance, and get it back on the road.
So what do you think out there? Have you heard about companies in your neck of the woods that have ordered the truck or are waiting for it or have one? Let us know in the comments the companies that you know have interest in the truck or have actually ordered a truck, or you've seen the truck. There are several of them already out there in this test fleet, And of course, there's a waiting list of people that are just chomping at the bit to get this truck as part of their fleet.
Do you think they'll put the frunk back? I mean, it has a hood, but do you think they'll put the frunk where the driver could put their lunch? Think it'll come back?
I think it'd be much more useful to have a little fridge in the back for the driver to put his lunch in a a cold box. I think that would probably be better.
That'll work. What would
Yeah.
you use the frunk for if they put it back?
You could use it for like work gloves or boots or things of that nature that you're using on the outside of the truck
Load the
to
trailer.
unhitch or load the trailer, that kind of stuff. I think
Whatever
that
didn't
would
fit in your
work out
locker in the
well.
back.
Yeah, because a
What would you
lot of
guys
drivers of current Class 8 trucks, they will keep like a storage box on the outside of the vehicle, usually between the cab and the trailer. There's some sort of a lock box there.
Yeah, it's got two of those.
Or down by the gas tank, there's a lock box on the side of the truck.
Yeah, it's got two of those for your tools and stuff. So I'm curious. Maybe it'd be personal items. Maybe it'd be just extra. Just I don't use these all the time, but I need to have them on the truck. For those of you with experience, I'm curious. Write it down. What would you put in the frunk if they bring it back?
Very good. With that, Casey, what do you got for shoutouts?
Catch us live on Wednesday,
Coming
7
up.
p.m. right here.
Absolutely. Join us then. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up on the video. Press that subscribe. Really helps us out. We would really appreciate it, and we thank you for doing so. And we'll get together next time, and together we'll find out what's happening in the Tesla life.
We will.
Catch you later.
It's happening.
Lasers.